Hello, everybody. Welcome to Championship score predictions for round 35. And Sam, we've had a few rubbish weeks in the predictions this season. I think you would categorise this one as a vintage week where between the two of us, and a lot of these were first picks as well, we got 5 bob-ons, which is pretty impressive. 3 of them for me. Bristol City 2, Borough 1, Coventry 2, Preston 1, and West Brom 2, Oxford 0. So all home teams. Sam got Derby 0, Millwall 1, and Pompey 2, QPR 1, which means a double figures. It was 12-10 to me. I'm now back within 2 on the weekly, 16-14 to Sam. Although that big win you had last week still done a lot of damage. So the aggregate is 2-4-5, 2-5-6. Someone asked in the comments, Sam, on the last video, does it get easier towards the end of the season? I suppose it does it? Morning,
mate. Yeah, probably. Yeah, ultimately, I think you can go a little bit more aggressive, can't you, when the teams at the top are playing against teams maybe that don't have anything to play for and the stakes are really high. Good couple of weeks. And I think that I was sitting there last night with it at 1-1, thinking that that was going to come in as well between Sheffield United and Leeds. So Leeds' little flourish at the end.
Yeah, you'd have been 1 minute away, wouldn't you? Yeah, in normal time.
I thought I had that as well.
Get involved in the comments. We'll write all the fixtures down in the description. You can copy and paste them and then stick your predictions in on there. Give yourself 1 point if you call a correct outcome, home, away, or draw. Give yourself 3 points for a correct scoreline. And we hand out a bonus point if you get a correct scoreline which contains 5 or more goals. Sam, it's Friday night. It's 2 lovely big fan bases. It's a former League One playoff semi-final at Sheff Wednesday versus Sunderland.
Who, if memory serves me right, played a couple of absolute stinkers in the playoffs a couple of years ago. I don't think there was many chances.
Jack Clark.
Yeah, weren't good games, if memory serves. I'm going to continue in that trend. I think not necessarily pressure off, but maybe the Sunderland can just relax, having had that defeat against Hull, and maybe their hunt down of the automatic positions may be gone. Sheffield Wednesday definitely the better away team at the moment than at Hillsborough, maybe throughout the season as well. I'm going to go for a 0-1 here. Sunderland to nick this.
I'm going to go down the middle, Sam. I don't see Sunderland losing for a third straight game. Sheffield Wednesday lost 3 in 4. So I'm going to play one of your tricks and come out the gates with a 1-1, Sam. I'll go Wednesday 1, Sunderland 1. It's an interesting one. Blackburn versus Norwich. It's interesting because we like Norwich's trajectory up towards the playoffs, and Blackburn, the team currently holding 6th. We're not sure at time of recording if there'll be a new manager in at Rovers for the weekend. I'm going to back Norwich and both teams to score in this one, I think. So why not play for a bonus point? Let's have a silly start. Blackburn 2, Norwich 3.
I've scribbled some results down this morning. I'm not going to deviate away from them unless
I bet you do.
Unless you tell me.
Brain.
I agree with you here. I think so inconsistent. Norwich and have lost a lot away from home, but the team's looking better now. More goals in it clearly. Blackburn lost last time out after those 2 wins. Am I right in saying that? Swansea and comfortably. So, yeah, I'm going to go for back-to-back defeats for Blackburn. 2-1 I'll take Norwich.
And it is Leeds versus West Brom.
Yeah, West Brom not won away in what feels like forever. So I'm just going to go with the form here. Leeds at Ellen Road. I'll go for a comfortable 2-0 home win.
That's a scribble for me. I was going to take a 2-0. So I'll go same margin of victory. Let's give West Brom a goal. Tony Mowbray's there now, so they make chances even if they are at Leeds. But yeah, so it'll be 6 in a row for Leeds, up to 78 points. We're both predicting it. I'll go Leeds 3, West Brom 1. And they're up for an ungodly number of home points as well this season. Absolutely outstanding. Oxford versus Coventry. 3 weeks ago, I'd have been calling this one a home win, but the hot hand is now not Oxford. They've almost passed the torch from one to the other, haven't they? The hot hand is now Coventry. So I've got to back the Sky Blues in this one. And you flagged up, they've had a few clean sheet wins, haven't they? We know Gary Rowett keeps his games low margin. So I'm going to back Coventry to win 1-0 at Oxford.
Yeah, that's what I had. Scored 1 goal in 6 games, Oxford, coming into this one. So you have to back Coventry. I think on current form, I will go for the 2-1 away win.
Should be an 8th win in 9 in the EFL for Cov. Oh, stinks of it, Sam. Luton versus Portsmouth. Must win Luton, but we've been saying that for about 6 weeks now.
Yeah. Portsmouth, 2 away wins now I think they had this season after that success at Oxford. I'm going to go for them to continue getting points, but just a point here. I think Luton, I'm going to go for Luton to have something approaching a reaction here, but only a point. 1-1.
Yeah, completely no help for Luton that, and Pompey will take it, won't they? Just not let them get any closer, although it is an 11-point gap at the moment. Sam, we discussed it in the check-in that you and I have regularly forecast the Luton upturn, and it's never come. So I'm just not going to do it. I'm not prepared to do it anymore. I'm actually going to back Portsmouth because it's just never worked, me pushing for the Luton turn in the corner. So I'm going to go Luton 1, Portsmouth 2. I apologise to all my Luton friends because that would be disastrous, but I've got nothing left to go with anymore. Right, Middlesbrough versus Derby is going to require a bit of story time with Sam because at time of recording, Middlesbrough are due to go to Stoke tonight. We don't know the result of that game. But regardless of that, but the only question I've got is, can Derby possibly shut Middlesbrough out, Sam? Because I don't think Derby are going there and winning, are they? I am going to back, maybe they don't win tonight, Middlesbrough, but I'm going to back them to win at the weekend. Which I'm really dooming this bottom 3 now, aren't they? 1-0 Middlesbrough.
You're killing me today. That's what I had.
Sorry.
I mean, to state the bleeding obvious, this could be, potentially Michael Carrick's last game if they were to
White
lose
handkerchiefs out, yeah.
against Stoke, or it could be the start of a renaissance of a recovery, especially if they get something at Stoke. So I was going to side with you. You told me I'd probably change something, so why the hell not? 0-1.
Oh, that's
Derby.
mental. Insane. I love it. QPR versus Sheffield United.
Yeah, I think the reality struck a couple of times recently for QPR. I talked them up maybe of having that outside chance of getting into the mix. Really tough fixtures for QPR, really tough fixtures. I haven't got them in front of me, but they play pretty much all the heavyweights in the time that remains. So I think Sheffield United will be still relatively buoyant after their display on Monday, and I think they'll probably win at QPR by the odd goal, 2-1 Blades.
I'm going to back the draw here, Sam. I think Sheffield United have had a couple of close calls, haven't they, recently? They won fairly late on against Luton, didn't they? And every man and his dog said Pompey should have got something up at Bramall. They won by 1 at Derby. So I'm going to go down the middle here. I'm going to play a Desmond. And for those people who are saying Leeds by 10, with my predictions, it would then be Leeds would have a 7-point lead over second place at the top of the table. So I'm going to go QPR 2, Sheffield United 2. Stoke versus Watford. Once again, we don't know what Stoke have done in midweek against Middlesbrough at this point. Feels like a vital couple of games, doesn't it? Can I get something against Watford? I'm going to go unhelpful draw again, Sam. Third one for me, 1-1.
We're on the same page today, mate. I'm going to go slightly more entertaining. I have no idea what you're going to get from Watford. There's that inconsistency. Must be driving people mad. Stoke beat Swansea, didn't they? Comfortably at home. Let's go for some goals. 2-2.
Cardiff versus Burnley, and once again, Cardiff play Hull tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go on the premise of them getting something tonight against Hull. They normally score, but they're not going to score here, and Burnley are just the 1-0 Burnley.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, I'm going to put Cardiff 0, and you've taken the 1. So I'll have to take a 2-0 win then to Burnley. They scored 4 against Wednesday, didn't they? They only had 4 shots on target. I think they were pretty brutal with Edwards and Brownhill, weren't they? If my predictions come in, Sam, we'd have Sheffield United and Burnley tied on 71 points with 11, obviously, to play. Hull versus Plymouth is me first, and I will reiterate, Hull go to Cardiff today, and I tend to agree with Sam. I think they're going to have more points at the weekend than they do as we're sat here right now. Plymouth don't travel amazingly. I think it might be quite a good week for Hull. I'm going to give them a win here, Sam, and I'm going to say Hull 3, Plymouth 1.
I think that Hull aren't going to score bundles of goals in the remainder.
I was thinking that, as I said, 3.
And
regretting it.
think that Argyle are going to improve marginally away from home enough to get a point here. 0-0.
Oh, 0-0. Yeah, I haven't played one yet. Millwall versus Bristol City.
Yeah, fancy Millwall in this one. I just think because of Bristol City's woes away from home, done brilliantly. 7 points in the last 3 back-to-back home wins. I'm going to go for Millwall. Goal in each half, 2-0.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, mate. I'm backing against Bristol City's away form here, so I'm going to double you up and go with Millwall. I don't think there'll be a hell of a lot in it, so I will give Bristol City a goal, and I'll go Millwall 2, Bristol City 1, which leaves us with Preston versus Swansea. Remember, these last 4 games are on Tuesday next week. We've got some FA Cup shenanigans to kind of factor in as well. Are Swansea going to have a new manager by then as well, Sam? It's Tuesday. It's like a week away from today, and that job's already been open for a week. I think they might do, mightn't they? Do I go for a new manager bounce? I always mess it up when I'm back against Preston, don't I? But then I backed against Swansea last week and they thrashed Blackburn. I can't do another draw. I'm going to back Preston. Preston 2, Swansea 0.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like there's an announcement imminent. I think you're probably going to get a new West Brom manager maybe before a Swansea manager,
West
especially
Brom?
in
Blackburn, you mean?
Blackburn. Yeah, especially in the wake of Alan Sheehan winning his first game for Swansea quite comfortably. Here, I am going for the same chain of thought as you. I think Swansea will probably be win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1 for the remainder, irrelevant who's in charge. I'm going to go Preston. I'm going to go Preston 3-0.
Wow. There we go. Get involved in the comments. That's your round 35 slate of predictions. Copy and paste fixtures from the description. You know the deal. Give yourself a point for correct outcome, 3 for correct scoreline. And Sam and I are so conservative. Only 1 bonus point, but I always play for a bonus point on Norwich. It was me and it was Norwich. As we said on the Championship Check-In podcast yesterday, bit of a weird week with FA Cup, so you won't see Sam and predictions until possibly Wednesday next week when this round is completely finished. So hang in there. Enjoy the weekend of EFL football, and we'll see you back for round 36 in the middle of next week.